welcome back to another video. Today's video, as you can see by the title, is a full day of eating. You guys seem to love these videos and I love to show you quick and easy meals I can fit in my routine when I'm working from home. And also, a bit different for me today, I actually have been tracking my calories, so like skip past this if you don't want to listen to this, but only loosely tracking them, because as you will know if you've watched any of my previous videos, I've never really been a calorie tracker. Ever since I had an eating disorder, I found it really toxic and just something that I couldn't really get on board with, whereas now I feel like I have such a healthier relationship with it that I'm just like loosely tracking, if that makes sense, because I want to be in a slight calorie deficit over the next 6 weeks, just heading up to summer, just so I feel super confident, as I just feel like I've kind of maybe not let myself go, like that's a real far stretch, but yeah, I really kind of fancy it, but only really small one, just to kind of lean out a bit. And also, as well as that, like it's actually not I'm not eating any less, because I've started doing a lot more running. I've been running 3 times a week at the moment, and then I'm going to start bringing back in my strength training as well. Now that my back is finally getting better, I'm going to start bringing back my strength training as well. So I am doing a lot of activity. I'm very active, that's the word I'm looking for. So yeah, I want to make sure I'm actually eating enough, more so than anything. That's why I'm tracking, because otherwise I feel like I don't, and I'm scared of not eating enough more than anything, than not eating too much. But anyway, so I started my day. I actually went on a run this morning, hence the wet hair, because I came back, had a shower. It wasn't the best run ever, but you know, sometimes you have bad days. I think I've had quite a busy weekend. We went down to Devon for the weekend and I was just a lot more tired than I thought I was, so I listened to my body and I didn't go as far as I was meant to. But I've just made a smoothie for breakfast. This is still one of my favourites. I've got the Myprotein white chocolate, protein powder, and frozen strawberries, frozen blueberries, and then some milk. I made it quite thick this morning. I always seem to can't get it the same consistency. I think it depends how much fruit you put in. I just always put in a handful, so if it's like a slightly bigger handful. But I'm going to sit at my desk and drink this, and I will see you at lunchtime, and I'll show you what I'm having for lunch. I'm excited for today's lunch. It should be nice. I'm trying a new recipe, so yeah. I mean, I might see you before for a snack, but I find with smoothies I always want to eat something too. On the way back from my run, I just popped into Sainsbury's and I was really hoping to get some avocado so I could have a smoothie and some avocado on toast, but they didn't have any, so we're just having the smoothie, and I'll probably have a snack in like an hour or so because I'll be hungry. But yeah, I will see you then. Okay, it is now lunchtime. I've just been snacking on some tortilla chips whilst I was trying to figure out what I needed to get for lunch. I basically didn't manage to get everything I wanted to make the recipe I wanted to make at lunch, but I'm still going to do it, just adapt to the recipe slightly. I wanted to get some black beans, but I couldn't find any in the supermarket, which is really weird because normally they have some. And I forgot to grab some this morning. So I don't have any black beans, but I do have some of this spicy Mexican rice. It's got like beans in it. So I think we can add the same effect, but essentially I'm going to make a taco beef cheesy wrap, like toasted wrap. See what I mean? Let's see how it turns out. We'll give it a go. But yeah, I'll give you a little talk through of what I'm doing. I've got a 200 gram pack of mince. I think it's 200 gram, I'll have to check. But I'm essentially going to make, I'm not going to use all of that in one wrap, but I'm going to make more than one serving of mince with some diced onion, some diced pepper, some mint, the taco spice mix, and then I'll put the remainder in the fridge and I'll make like a taco bowl with it tomorrow. I'll just have it with rice for lunch or with some tortilla chips and some guac. So yeah, that is essentially what I'm going to be making. So before you think that's a big portion for lunch, it is going to be prepped for the next few days. And I'll just have some for lunch today, but I will talk you through what I'm doing, so let's get into it. Okay, so let's get cooking. So I started off by chopping up my veg. So I chopped up a red onion, a red pepper, and a green pepper. I like to finely chop everything, so like when I'm eating, I get a bit of a mouthful of everything in one mouthful. I hope that makes sense. And then in a pan with some fry-like spray, I just add in my mince, break it up, cook it until it's about brown, and then add in the spice mix. I've used the old El Paso spice mix here, just really affordable one, and they sell it in basically all shops. and then I add in a bit of water to give it a bit of a sauce, and then add in the veg and cook for about 3 to 4 minutes until the veg is just softened and the mince is cooked through. And there you have it. Like I said, this is about 3 to 4 portions worth, as this will be lunch for the next few days because it will keep in the fridge and you can just warm it up, put it in a wrap or serve it with rice and it's perfect. So in my wrap I added some of the taco beef, some shredded mozzarella, some Mexican rice, some lettuce and some peronaise. I'm still learning how the best way is to wrap a wrap, so apologies for anyone watching this who's really good at it because this might be a bit awkward to watch, but I think I still did a pretty good job, and that was the finished lunch. I loved it, it was very tasty, so yeah, I would 100% recommend. It is lunchtime, and to be honest, these wraps have turned out exactly how I wanted them, with all that colour in there. I'm really excited. I just decided to lightly toast it from the outside. I find that if I lightly toast it, it holds together better and things don't fall out, but let's give it a go. That's good. That's what I wanted. That is what I fancied. So that's... It is now 4 PM and I'm starting to lag, so I'm going to have a squares bar just as a little pick-me-up. I've got the caramel and chocolate one. These ones are my favourite. I prefer them to that. I don't really like those ones, the chocolate ones and then the marshmallow ones. I don't like the full marshmallow one. But yeah, I'm feeling really sleepy today. I don't know if it's the heat and I just feel really drowsy. And I've had a really busy weekend, but I just feel really drained. I'm sitting on my computer literally like nodding off. You know what it is sometimes though, when it's hot, your like house slowly gets warmer, like the flat slowly gets warmer. I don't think I've realised. So I might need to go out for a walk and just get some fresh air, take a break and then come back to what I'm working on because I'm just losing concentration. But yeah, so I'm going to have a little snack. I would have a coffee, but I tend to try not to have a coffee after like 2, 3 because I just find otherwise I just don't sleep. I'm really sensitive to it, so yeah. Hello, it is now dinner time. I feel like, I don't know if I really mentioned it on here, but I feel super drowsy today. I don't know if it's just like a bit more humid today or something, but I'm staring at my screen and I'm trying not to fall asleep. So I'm going to eat some dinner and just have a really chilled evening. It's 6:30, so I'm going to make some dinner. I've got Gilmore Girls on in the background. As you guys know, I always have TV on in the background if I'm home alone, just kind of help myself. And I've watched Friends like 4 times through now, maybe even 5. So I thought I'll find something else that's like that kind of sitcom kind of vibe. And everyone says Gilmore Girls is really good, so I'm trying that out. But yeah, anyways, I've just turned it off so you can actually hear me better. I've been enjoying that. I've been watching that. Like, I like, even when I'm working, if I'm doing like kind of, when I'm changing like clients' meal plans and stuff like that, it's just nice to have something on in the background because like I'm obviously concentrating, but I'm just writing up recipes. And it can be like quite tedious sometimes, like getting them to fit within their macro splits and stuff like that and figuring it all out. So I like having something on in the background, whether it's music or some Netflix. But yeah, I'm going to make dinner. I'm going to make, put the recipe in here, recipe that is on my Instagram, but sadly I don't have all the right ingredients for it. I used, it's this Thai cashew basil chicken, and I'm going to have that with sticky rice, but I don't have any cashew nuts, but I do have peanuts, and I think it will be the same. Like, I really do prefer a cashew nut. I don't, if you're not a nut person, then you're not going to get this, but I love a cashew nut, but they're a bit more expensive than a peanut, and peanuts are just a bit more accessible. Like, the co-op next to us doesn't sell cashew nuts, but it sells peanuts. And I can't walk around Sainsbury's, and I can walk down to Tesco's because we have like a Tesco's near us too. But I'm kind of like, I've got peanuts, so I should just use those. So that is what we're doing. We're doing a Thai peanut, and I don't have any basil either. But you'll see what I put in it is basically exactly the same. So I'm looking forward to that because I kind of fancy something with lots of veggies in. I literally like fill it out with veggies. I've got some broccoli and some pepper, so I'm going to put that in, or maybe some orange too. We'll see. But I'm going to talk you through how I make that now, and then we'll sit down. Maybe I'll put on a film or carry on watching Gilmore Girls, and I'm just going to do some work on the sofa. And to be honest, try and get an early night because, like I said, I'm really tired. I just not feeling myself today, not feeling super motivated. Like, every task is just taking me so much longer than anticipated. But yeah, and I think because I haven't been that active today, I'm not as hungry. I'm trying to like eat intuitively. Like, I'm not feeling starving. I did have earlier, which I've got to show. I had a few of these. I had like serving size of these. They were on deal on the co-op. Crunchy bites from Oreo, like the Cadbury Crunchy bites. They're really nice. And then obviously I showed you earlier I had a squares bar. So that's all the snacking I've really done today. Normally I'd snack a bit more, to be honest, but I haven't got much in. I'm thinking about going home this weekend, so I didn't buy loads either, but I've got loads of food to cook with. Which is good. I kind of like not having too many snacks because it stops me from snacking and actually cook like proper meals. Like even if I just make, like yesterday for a snack I had like tomatoes on toast, which is pretty better for me than just snacking on like biscuits and stuff all the time. Or I'll make like smoothies or protein shakes as snacks. But I've realised at the moment like I can't have too many protein shakes. I just feel like it really like bloats my stomach. One a day is fine, but everyone does say like whey can be quite hard to digest. But it's really hit and miss. I had one this morning and I feel fine, but then I'll have like, if I have like 2 in a day, but sometimes I feel fine, so I don't know. Anyway, let's get cooking. Okay, so it's dinner time, and once again we're chopping a red onion. Surprise, surprise. At the moment, all my fridge is red onions and some carrots. I'm limited on veg at the moment, but then I went in with chopping some garlic and some ginger because they are the ultimate flavours, in my opinion. I literally put them in everything if I can, if it's appropriate. And then I went for broccoli and baby corn for my veg. Added all my chopped ingredients into a bowl and then got going with chopping the chicken, which, in my opinion, is the worst job. It's just so gross and slimy. Then in a pan, put some sesame oil and the chicken, followed by some fish sauce, some honey, some soy sauce, which I didn't have much of. I really should have checked the ingredients before I started cooking, and then adding in all my veggies and giving that a good mix together. Adding in some chili flakes, some turmeric and some garlic pepper, and again just mixing it together, getting that chicken cooked, and then adding in some ketchup. This is really weird, but I saw someone else do it and it does kind of thicken the sauce and it gives it this sweeter tomato kind of sauce flavour. So yeah, it really works. In this clip I'm gonna have to replace the audio. I was basically saying that I didn't have all the ingredients I needed, but still kind of was the dinner that I wanted. Dinner is done, but like I said, didn't have everything I needed, but still is super tasty. Got loads of chicken and veggies in there. I'm just going to sit and eat this on the sofa. I ended up going with baby corn and broccoli for my veg, with ginger, garlic, fresh ginger and fresh garlic. Just make everything so nice, like chef's kiss. And then some sticky rice to go on the side. Hello, so dinner is done. I actually slammed back that dinner. It was the perfect size portion for me. As you see, there was a bit of a mountain of chicken on my plate and veg, but I think because I bulked out quite a lot of veg, it looked a lot more than it was in terms of like volume. But I'm pretty full now. I would have a snack, but I don't really know what I want. And like I said, I'm feeling really tired, so I think I'm going to get ready for bed. I'm going to watch Love Island in bed and go to sleep. So I'm going to sign this video off here. I might have some ice cream in bed, just a little bit of, I've got some, hang on, I'll show you. I've got some of this Hackney gelato, it's sea salt caramel Hackney gelato, and it is so good. And I only have like a small amount, well, it's a bit less than half the tub left. I'm like, oh, I might have a bit of that if I'm feeling a bit peckish later, but right now I'm feeling fine. So yeah, I might leave it for a sec. I'm just kind of like rest and rejuvenate this evening, because like I said, I just, as you can tell, I don't even sound with it. I'm so sleepy. So yeah, I'm going to sign this video off here. I really hope you enjoyed it. Gave you a bit of meal inspiration for some quick and easy meals, but also just so delicious. I really enjoyed lunch today, so I would definitely recommend that. Dinner was really nice as well. Worked well with the peanuts. And I actually used less ingredients than before, and it was just as tasty. So if you didn't have like all the herbs and spices that I put in the recipe, then I don't think you would actually need them. Like, yeah, I didn't have much soy sauce, I just put a bit more fish sauce in. It was just, yeah, it was perfect. But yeah, thank you for watching this video. If you did enjoy this video, please give it a thumbs up, as it really supports me. And I will see you in my next video.